Yeah, we've had an excellent pre-season. We've been back for 5 weeks now. With hockey, our National League starts in the middle of September, so we had to come back bank holiday weekend in August, and we've been training full-time, 5 pitch sessions and 5 S&C sessions every week, and the squads are looking really good.
Pre-season was amazing. We had 3 weeks of high intensity, high performance mentality. We had about 36 girls come out for my first and my second teams, and then we had a development pre-season for our 3s and 4s that were coming back, getting their fitness up, learning the basics again, and kind of getting used to the coaching structure here at Durham.
Tough because it's long and it seems kind of like we're training every single minute of the day, but enjoyable and really kind of quite valuable in terms of team spirit. It's been fantastic, so really looking forward to going forward now. I think exactly what I just said, probably team spirit at the moment. We've got a lot of skillful players, a lot of pace. Yeah, I think we look like we've got a really good bunch of guys this year.
With the men, certainly our counter-attacking unit, we're very quick, very dynamic on the counter break. With the women, we've got some very strong defenders in terms of our outletting shapes, and we have the ability to go literally from defence into attack within one pass, which in the girls' game is a very useful weapon to have.
Motivation, definitely, by far. For my players to come out from 6 to 8 every night and to come from hours of lectures and then still have that energy to perform in that high performance capacity, it takes a lot of motivation.
The most important factor, I think, has to be managing their academic and sporting balance. Clearly they came to a university like Durham University to make sure that they get outstanding academic qualification, but clearly they picked Durham also because they want the sporting excellence, and as the #1 institution for academic and sporting excellence, I would definitely say the time management and the balance to achieve both is critical.
Attitude, I would think, in any athlete, you can't play without attitude. You know, it's as simple as that. If you've got the right attitude, you can succeed pretty much in anything you do.
Training is really, really important. We train twice a week as a complete unit, and then we have individual sessions during the week where people can develop their individual skills. The majority of our Monday and Thursday night sessions are very much around our tactical play, our small unit play, our circle attack, circle defence, and very much the themes that we've been working on for the last 3 or 4 weeks in terms of our scoring certainly came through at the weekend when we managed to score 12 goals across the 4 games that we had in the performance squads, so very important.
Training is everything. I think you can see that through the hundreds of thousands of videos on YouTube. Training for the 60 minutes that we have for all the teams throughout the week, it has to be on par. They've got to listen to what my expectations are, what my aims are for every drill. They've got to, even though they've been through classes and lectures all day, they've got to come ready to perform, ready to improve, and ready to really prepare for that next match.
Training is only any good if you do it intensely to the standard of what you want to do in a match. So if you're not doing it that way, then it isn't going to work for you. It's as simple as that. So you need to train to be prepared thoroughly for a match. Don't prepare, you prepare to fail. It's the old adage.
Leadership, I think, comes from the individual player, having the confidence to speak to their peers at that level and command kind of a one message throughout the team. But in terms of leadership within teams, I think everybody is a leader in their own right, finding their strengths and conveying that through the team.
That's a really interesting question, because we're going through at the moment how we have a leadership group, vice captains versus captains. Quite traditional in the fact that the first team girls and boys themselves vote the captain, but then underneath that, myself and the captain work to have a leadership group. So within the women's programme, we've actually just agreed that we will have 2 vice captains, one that will look after the attacking unit, one looking after the defensive unit. But then we will actually have a defensive, midfield and forward sub-unit. So in fact we'll have 6 players within our leadership group, and then within that we're actually going to have sort of 6 assistant sub-unit leaders that we can develop the first years and second years. Primarily you generally find that the third years play a leadership role, or the majority of the leadership roles, and first years and second years therefore don't get the opportunity to develop their leadership skills. So it's really important to me that we make sure that we have one great leader in our captain, but then 15 good leaders underneath that, rather than just one good leader and 15 followers.
By spreading responsibility around the side, I think if you can spread responsibility around, you need players also to want to put the hands up. If they don't put the hands up to lead, then you have a problem. I think we're fortunate this year, we have a number of leaders in a number of areas, so I'm kind of looking for them to put their hands up. But in many respects, you want everyone to be chiefs and everyone to be Indians. So.
The best part of my job is seeing my players come out every night and perform to their best. To see them reach their individual and team and even club goals makes me a very, very proud coach.
Best part of my job? Oh, that's a tough question. There's so many. For me, without shadow of doubt, working with the athletes and the environment that we find ourselves in, it's an incredible performance environment here at Durham University. But working with the athletes day in, day out is a pleasure. Being in a full-time programme where my only responsibility is for being a coach and getting to work with the athletes and make the athletes and the teams better every single day.
Game day. Always game day. Winning. You know, anything like that. Yeah, Twickenham winning, being the best.
What makes me proud is the history behind Durham University as Team Durham, as a university and a whole, but equally the history that we've got as a hockey programme. So the National League team has been in place for 5 or 6 years now on the men's and the women's front, but we've got teams all the way through the club as well. So we have 4 teams men, 4 teams women, all playing in the local leagues on a weekend, as well as 5 teams on a Wednesday for the men and 5 teams in the women, and we're the biggest club. So it makes me incredibly proud to be part of that family and the alumni family and the coaching family that we've got here at Durham.
Everything that Durham stands for, and especially Team Durham, we come out, and I have dedicated individuals in the classroom and on the field. They're all supportive of each other, no matter what sport or what discipline, and they're always ready to take on a new challenge.